Our next presenter is, we're going to ask Carlos Solà-Vila to come. He was introduced to us through Paul Howard. Very much appreciate that. Carlos' background, fashion and other interesting parts which led him to spot the opportunity to develop Artdott. We asked him when we met him, we said, please, 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 please come and join us.
Happy to.
And share your vision and so forth. Would you please welcome Carlos Solà-Vila?
Thank you. Thank you. First of all, Fernando, thanks so much for sharing all that. This is a real goal, what you did today, and I'm so happy to have the opportunity to stay here and to learn what all the different projects that has been proposed during that 2 days. Let me see if I go to the first slide. Okay, we are going to change a little the scope of the summit or the presentations. We are going to move to the art wall. We're talking about a company that the name is Artdott. It means that we are linking or we are trying to combine something that's coming with us as a humans, that we are trying to express ourselves through art, to create communities, to create cities, and to create civilizations, and express all that through art. And then the second part is dots. Dots because all of us, we are connected, okay? And dots is each of us, how we connect through art to live in this world. It means that we are going to talk about us. And then it is important, and I put just here a reference because I was thinking one inspiring person that I had in my professional life. And I've been like 20 years in fashion business, in luxury. And the first person that came to me was Angela Aren. It's from US, and I know that there is a lot of people coming here from US. She was leading me when I was working in Burberry, and she always saying the same things to the teams and to us. No, they say, the people, they are not going to remember you for what you say. They are going to remember you for what they feel when they are with you, okay? And this is the start point. Feelings are so important. And it's so important because it's part of our DNA, it's part of where we are. And we talk about technology a lot, and technology is so important because it's what make us go to the next level and create a world that we are going to be more happy. But I think that is important to have that start point. Then when we talk about Artdott, it's first Web3 streaming platform. It means that we are in blockchain. And we use the streaming services to move information from one place to another. And our mission is to make digital art accessible to everybody and everywhere, okay? And this is something that is possible to do it now with the technology, and this is our start point. What we see in the last years, and of course, COVID situation, it has been a big impact on us, not just in a mental health, in a way that the behavior of the consumers that they are buying and they are creating relationship with the brands. And we see that the new generations, they are always on. Maybe not me, but the new generations, my nephews, Gen Zs and millennials, they are always on, and they need a digital element in their physical experience, okay? It means that at these moments, when they connect with the brands, when they connect with the companies, even when they connect with the friends, digital is part of the communication, digital is part of the experience. Then why now? This is, well, post-COVID, the Gen Zs and millennials, they spend a lot of time on there, and then we see that because I've been 20 years in luxury and fashion, in Ralph Lauren, in Burberry, in Zara, in Inditex, at these moments the companies, they're struggling to connect with the old traditional channels to the new generations, okay? Because there is a real change in a way that they create the relations. And then they see that they need to reconnect with them through a digital experience. So digital experience became part of the main strategy that the brands, they are creating to reconnect with the Gen Z and millennials. And here is just some numbers in Asia, because the company is a Hong Kong-based company, and the numbers coming from there. But we see that 95% of the first connection with the brands, it's happened online. Not like before, I'm going to the shopping mall. No, they connect online, they connect with the brands, they compare the prices, they see what's going on, and they need to have something else than just the product. And then we see that there is a massive quantity of people that they just go online. The numbers I can put together, but it's massive. Then as a digital art, we see that digital art could be that kind of emotional connection between brands and clients. Okay, we see this is the opportunity. This is where we see that digital art can help to connect artists, because at these moments we see that there is a massive supply or massive creation in the artist side in the digital way. It means that the artists, they don't pay anymore in canvas. They create codes or they use generative art to create the artistic side. Then we see the brands, that is all the brands, or majority of them, they are starting to move in Web3, and they are starting to create experience, they are starting to move in gaming. And then the Gen Zs and millennials that at the end of the day, they are looking for that. Okay? When they are connecting, they are looking for that kind of connections with the brands, and they are following artists. They're just not following brands. They are following artists because they don't trust. They lost the trust with the brands. And this is one of the things that we are trying to resolve. Then all the digital art that we are proposing is in streaming services, and we are trying to do that kind of physical and digital experience. It means that it's coming in both sides, and this is how we are going to connect. The first proposal that we are giving to the brands is what we say the spaces. So we create a spaces, we have a curation team that we choose the artist, and we create data spaces with channels. And that channels is like a playlist. Okay, you have like 90 minutes of playlist. It means that I'm Barbary, I have 100 stores. I can use my playlist and I can project in my screens in all the stores the same playlist linked with the artists or the collection or whatever they want to put. It means that this is part of the product that we are at this moment proposing. And then we have your own player. That is not our strategy because at this moment we are B2B, but there is the option to do B2C, and each of us, we can have our own player, we can buy our own art, and we can create our own experience at home, with your friends, or with your communities. As Artdott platform is in live, you can go online, you can go Artdott, we have MVP in place, and we have three main things that we offer. The first thing is the marketplace, because it's the place that the digital artists, they can go on chain. It means that they can upload the artworks. We can tokenize, we can put in Web3, and they can monetize, they can pay the royalties, and trying to protect as much as we can the copyrights. The second part is the Web3 player, that here, when you see a small picture, but this is one of the places that we had an event in Fabric London, and here is the place that you can create your playlist. It means that you can choose your own collection because you own, or you can rent something in the platform. And then the last one is we are using BPS and we are putting augmented reality in our platform. It means that we see that the collectors or the brands, they are not using art in the old way. It means that the wall is your museum, is your space that you can share. It means that with functionality that we have, with your collection, you can put your pieces everywhere, you can create content, and you can engage, and you can share with your communities, okay? And this is something that the technology is there, you can play, you go there, and you are going to have. Market research here, the first big pictures are coming from metaverse and streaming services, and this is, the numbers are huge, and we can talk a lot about that, but I think that what is relevant is the growth that is going to come in the next years in that market, that is huge, and in metaverse we're talking about 44%. And then the penetration rate. It means that here we talk about that in 2030, 40% of the population, they are going to have a kind of connection with metaverse. Okay, and this is relevant. The second part is all the streaming services that they are coming with all the services that at this moment we offer, and we could see with you that the streaming services is something important. And then the digital art part, that this is the market, this is the real market. We see a lot of opportunities in generative art, and that is AI, and who is going to own that art? This is a big question, because it's generated by AI. And then we see that the growth in that kind of businesses, we're talking about 40% annually. It means that there is a big impact of the next years, what's going to happen in that space. Our strategy for the spaces, of course, we want to be in metaverse as a Vision Pro. We are going to offer, it's not our main strategy, but we are going to be there in the App Store. and we are going to offer the Curiosity Room. That is what we say, the augmented reality, and we can play with that. The second strategy is in social and nightclubs. It means that in nightclubs, in hotels, in all that kind of spaces, we see that there is a big opportunity, and we had good events last year, and you can see one of them, that we mix music with digital art, and we create a total experience in the space. And then the last one is in luxury and fashion events, that we see a big traction there, because they need to reconnect again and create communities. It means this is the places that we are playing. As a competitors, I put here like a different kind of competitors. Some of them, they are more in the NFT marketplace, that we don't feel comfortable to be there, but we just put OpenSea is one of them, that is they have a marketplace, but they don't have a streaming, they don't curate anything, but they are in blockchain. And then we see that there is another kind of companies that they offering streaming services, but they are not in blockchain. It means that this is a Sedition or Neo. From our side, Artdott, we are a marketplace, we are a streaming services, we are well curated, and we are in blockchain. It means that we have all the ticks that we feel that they are relevant to put the product in place. This is a lot going on here, but the main business model is coming through revenues of memberships, and at this moment we are focusing in the business side. We are not in collectors and artists, but we are in the business side, and here we can see that there is a lot of things that's coming, but it's important to understand that the start point is $1,100 US per month in a business level. And here we're talking about you can project all that indoor, and you can put it in different stores at the same time, or in different rooms in your hotels, and all that kind of things. And then it's important to understand the services that we offer in that kind of level. We have our internal team, curate team, that they can work with the companies to create the experience. It means that we have a pool of artists that we can use, and we can create an experience working with the companies. The founders and investors, we have a curator team that is in London and is coming from, she was running a digital gallery, a director of a gallery in Mayfair. Then we have Paul, that is the computer engineer, a specialist in AI. We still didn't put anything in AI, but it's coming in the next years. Myself, I'm a collector and fashion luxury and 20 years. And then we have two investors in Hong Kong. One is the expert in blockchain and Web3, because we see that this is a huge potential, what's happening in Asia and in blockchain. And then Angus, that is over there, okay. And then we have strategic partners, MIS, we have Moongate, that is NFT ticketing, Wilds and BEMS, that they are digital experts in marketing, and XRE, that is part of the journey. Some numbers, we are in that starting to have some kind of traction. We are not focused on that, but it's just some numbers that's coming with the collectors. We have 21 artists, we have 3 businesses, that is DSL Collection, we have Q9, and we have Fabric London. As a community, of course, we are a social platform, and we have communities, we have traffic, we have users, and we have a majority of them coming with the websites. And then as a marketplaces, some numbers of where we are. Use of proceed, at this moment we are asking for $650,000 US to run the next 18 months. And we are focusing, this is some of the clients, Hong Kong Airport, we have Nan-City, Fabric New Editions, and then we have a big project with Sandbox that's coming, because we want to be in gaming, and I'm going to go in more detail later. We have like Waifungs. So there is a lot of businesses that they are going to come in the next quarters, and we need that money to create the teams, to support the strategies, and to support the growth. We are focusing in research and development to improve the user experience and the seamless experience, because accessibility in cryptos is important. What's happened with MetaMasks or the crypto wallets is very important. We have Apple headsets that we want to be there, and then of course is going to be more things coming. And then we need to reinforce that team to be sure that we can cover the needs of the year. Projections, we see that the revenues are coming because the clients are there. It means that that's something that we see. And we see that this is more or less the next 4 years, how we expect to growth. And it's important here to see the numbers of collectors and the numbers of B2B at these moments that we are going to put in place and the teams to support all that. We see that in B2B, the average cost or the average here investment is $34,000 per project. And this is the basic numbers to manage the next year's growth. As a case study, just some reference of where we are or what we are going to do in the next months. First one, at the end of April, Digital Art Week in London. I hope to see you, all of you there and have an amazing time together. It's at the end of April. We are, at this moment, we are discussing with them because we are going to put physical screens around London. It's going to be a massive event around the city, linking brands with digital art and communities, because that's the reason of that. And well, it's going to be massive. Okay, I think that this is something that sure that you are going to hear. And then there is a lot of galleries, traditional galleries that they want to start to play in digital, that they are part of the project. The second one, it's luxury fashion or even open spaces. Hong Kong Airport, or we have developers. We have like Waifeng. There is clients that they want to use that kind of new spaces, and this is just a real space. In Salesforce, I think that is in Salesforce, with all the big screens, with the digital art, in movement, it's massive. The people, they have a nice life. They love to go there to see that. Even in Davos the other day, it was a big screen with all that digital art put in place. It means that this is one of the business models that we really want to, we are working hard, because this is our first line of revenues. The third one is Sandbox, and here we have a great connection. I don't know if you know them, but Sandbox is one of the gamings. Sebastian is the co-founder. He received fundraising for Sandbox in several times, and at this moment they are focusing in B2B. It means that they have the brands. The brands, they are putting the games in the Sandbox, and then from there, again, they create a live events in experience in digital. They create communities, because the new generations, they are not here. They are there playing and connecting with the other part of the world in that kind of gaming. And sometimes here in Europe, we don't realize the rest of what's happening in Asia, but in Asia, really the speed and the way that they connect and the speed of electricity is work for everywhere. It's like it's crazy the level of communication. And here is a big project, and we are there. It means that this is so exciting to be there. And then in Metaverse, was what I explained. This is a reality. I think that they sold 80,000 units 2 weeks ago in just 30 minutes. Apple numbers, it was like that. It means that there is a lot of interest to play in that kind of mixed reality, that you are at home, you put your glasses, and then you start to play with the space and the digital thing. It means that our life is going to be half-life real and half-life in digital. And when we are we don't have excitement in the real world, open the window and go to the other side of the world. No, this is our reality, and it's how it's going to work. And we want to be there. This is because I put here the apps and I put everything to be sure that we understand. And then this is an amazing case study, because it's a big collector from Paris, Sylvain Levy. They are coming from luxury business. They bought an amazing collection of 350 pieces in a traditional contemporary Asian art, and they want to push the boundaries in digital. It means that at this moment they say, Carlos, we want you to do that. And at this moment, we have a strategy that you cannot see here, but it's clear that they want to push the boundaries in gaming. They want to push boundaries in pop-up events. It means that they want to take the most amazing pieces, maybe 10 or 15 of them, and explain the story behind. Okay? And this is going to be in gaming. This is going to be for the new generation, because they were very worried how the new generation, they are going to connect with art. And this is how we can help the new generations to connect with art, is through gaming and through pop-up events in the physical spaces. And this is a project that we have there. We have a lot of interest, and I think that this is amazing. And yes, thank you for give me that time. And this is me. This is my WhatsApp. If you want to connect with me in digital, I don't have business cards. Somebody was asking me business card, but it's not sustainable. It means that I have everything in digital. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Very good.
So sorry, I didn't mean.
Brilliant, actually. Not
you so
just
much.
good, brilliant.
Yeah, thank you.
I mean, like, if I were like the curator of one of the largest museums in the world, I'd be wanting to like bring you in. Like, what do you think? So many of these museums do not have any kind of sustainable model. The traditional art industry is like kaput. And you're like a rocket. How do you see the incumbents in your space, and you're the digital enabler? What's the dance there?
What I have to say here is we had the amazing opportunity to meet with the chairman of the M+.
Okay.
I don't know if you know M+ in Hong Kong. That is one of the biggest museums that they invest billions to create because they want to return or they want to create a space in Hong Kong for the creative people. And he is the chairman of Jockey Club, and then they create Tycoon, that is another museum in Hong Kong, to put in just the digital. See, in Asia, it's very clear that digital have his own space. In Europe, we're still discussing how we are going to digitalize the British Museum. Maybe it's going to take, I don't know, 15 years. 15 years, who is going to go to British Museum?
Yeah.
Because like the things are going another speed. It means that I think that that's what we need sometimes to learn, because I lived the last 5 years in Hong Kong, and the speed of things there
Yep.
are completely different of the speed of here. And in the museums, is the same.
Yeah.
They know what they need to do. Here, we're still thinking, what it means is what you were saying, Fernando. There is a lot of, I'm comfortable as I am, and I'm not going to change if there is nobody up to me to make it happen. No, but I'm not going to do it because I want to do it, because I'm in my comfort zone, and this is the problem.
No, you talked about the relationship between brands and art and so forth, but where's the limit to that? I mean, we've got some pretty boring companies out there, like here in Switzerland, we got Sulzer, we got Planzer, you got these companies. Where does it get kind of strange if they try to engage with art and they're a B2B engineering company? Can ABB do art?
Well, depends on the leadership team of the company. This is always people. It's the same. You can go to the most amazing company, but if the leadership team, they don't know what's going on in metaverse, they don't know what is gaming, they even don't know the customer, and they rely on the customer in the past, then it's a problem, because it's the leadership team who needs to take the decision.
But back to the point that you said very well, I thought it was very articulate, that people will remember how they feel when they're around you, right?
Yeah.
I think that's really, really true. If you're a B2B company and you're selling something in engineering, is that still relevant? Or are we talking about the B2C universe here? Are we talking about the universe?
We need to learn more. See, can be everywhere, but the emotional side is coming more for the fashion brands,
Yep.
hospitality. This is a natural thing that
Okay.
it has been sold in the last years with the collections. If you go to the stores, you can see that it's not just garments. Even the collection is well curated,
Yep.
even the spaces are well prepared. In the other kind of businesses, I don't have the expertise to go to that level, but digital art and streaming services could be everywhere.
Well, we have two experienced businesses here, two quite high-end. We have Space Perspective, so Jane should be getting out, the checkbook and writing you a kind of Artdott Space Perspective, right? And then we have Len Davy, and he already was talking about the art on the headsets and stuff like that. So luxury experience businesses for
Exactly.
sure.
I had a conversation with him
Yeah.
because we are looking for that kind of total experience. It's the same
Yes.
that when you went to the opera, you have music, you have dancers,
Yeah.
then you have all that things. But this is the same. The people, they don't want to travel to, I don't know, wherever, but they want to have the experience at home. And how this is possible now. You don't need to travel. You don't need to go to the museums, but we had a conversation.
We definitely want to speak to you about Kia Valley, because the beautiful thing about Greece is that it is a beautiful thing. And there's so many opportunities to just incorporate beauty from nature, and so many different ways of doing that. So I think we'll definitely pick that up on the Kia Valley.
Yeah.
Who would like to speak with Carlos about Artdott? Any questions? Yes.
We spoke about this briefly, Carlos, the other night, but can you just talk to the group about how you see AI impacting artists' music and what impact it could have on your business strategy?
See, for us, we see in two parts. One is how we can generate artworks through AI, because could be a good way to create content, because that's the thing. See, we want to create premium content, and then the question mark is, Gen Art can create premium content, and this is a big question, but we see AI here. And then we see AI in the proposal of the playlist. You can imagine, there is like a face that you can scan, and then depends of your reaction, propose to you a playlist of different artworks to help you to feel better, or you are more happy, or whatever. No? It means that we see AI in both sides.
And do you see artists being concerned about their likeness being exploited by AI, where you have songs that someone didn't really sing sound like them? Do you see artists being concerned about a digital platform, given what AI could bring?
But it's up. See, we are not going to generate art for them. See, we are a platform. Artists are the ones who are going to generate that art by themselves, and they are going to upload all that in our platform under the curation line. But we are not going to do that for them. The only thing is how we are going to protect that copyrights or that IPs in that kind of process, because everything is in the smart contracts. It means that when you talk at that point of AI, it's not clear who owns the rights of that. No? And this is a big conversation. We have the lawyer in Hong Kong. Every country is different. It means that there is a lot to discuss. There is a lot to put in black and white. But yes, it's a great question. Yeah, that's the point. This is one of the points.
Have you met Max Berger out in Hong Kong? So a good Swiss guy that went out he founded a private equity firm called Ape House. Have you met him?
No.
Because he's a big art collector, and I think that he could be very interested in this. So
that would be
connect
amazing.
you to Max Berger for sure. Other questions for Carlos? Okay, Carlos, thank you so much for
Thank you.
livening up the debate with art. Wonderful.